RBK Nation, this is Real Boxing Knowledge 2. We in the building. We have the illustrious Antonio Norman, and the great D. Plagan is in the building. Man, we gonna chop it up. We got all kinds of good fights to cover today. All kinds of crazy to cover today. I don't even understand.
Well, let me say first of all, Antonio, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Oh man, same to y'all, both of y'all, brother.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We back. It's 2022.
Yeah, we in the building.
Yes,
Let's go.
All right, man. So, you know, we've been going kind of hard on several people, and then we try to give them a reprieve, and then they start doing other stuff. So we probably gonna be putting some people back on AFN status.
It's a lot of flip-flopping. It's a lot of flip-flopping going on.
That's crazy, man. So we got fight night. We got Gary Russell Jr. versus Magsayo.
That's right.
And I didn't butcher his name that time.
That's right. The next Pacquiao. The next Manny.
Yeah. So what y'all?
I doubt that, right? I doubt that, Joe. Well, he's supposed to be the next Manny Pacquiao, so let's see. It's like Floyd.
They've been saying that. Like, dude is he's a live wire like that.
Well, we're gonna have a Floyd Manny Pacquiao fight tonight. That's what we're gonna have.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna have.
Floyd and Manny part 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
So Gary he gonna get it in, but Gary said he ain't training him. He had to train himself. You know, condolences to his pops. Lost his foot.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But he comes from a fighting family, so I believe even if he did train himself, he'd be prepared. You're talking about an injury, we'll see.
Yeah, he got he's one of those fighters that's naturally talented, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's natural. He just got the natural talent.
Yeah, you just sharpening his skills. If you get in there and you're saying you're training him, you just sharpening his skills because he already got it.
Yeah, I hope he's been in the gym and stuff, man. That's
well, you know what? He look like he got muscle on the top of muscle. He got muscle. He like Gary Muscle. He don't look like Gary Russell. He got that man is brolic already.
You know, he came in overweight a little bit. He had the second weigh-in.
Yes.
Because he came in over. Yeah.
I ain't surprised at that, man. I ain't surprised at that at all. Look at the layoff he had.
Yeah.
Yes.
I ain't surprised.
That's a long time.
He still got it down. Around. You understand what I'm saying? He still got it down in an hour.
Yeah. I'm
they
pretty,
don't want to talk about.
No doubt that he can. I mean, I know he can fight.
Yeah, he can fight.
That's one thing. I'm wondering what kind of game plan they're gonna come in with for this fight.
So the guy's definitely a puncher. The guy's a puncher.
Yeah,
a puncher.
You don't want to trade with him.
I'm looking at the WBC, just curious, like what is it? Phetamine, clenbuterol? What they gonna let what they gonna have going on? They just support PEDs, man. Suleiman is suspect. I mean,
he is.
In a major way. Like he's actually suspect. It's like it's no way to like sidestep saying homeboy ain't dirty. He's fighting dirty, man. He's supporting some mess. And I'm wondering about, what's gonna be the bull crap belt that he comes up with to give to Canelo next so he can avoid fighting Charlo. That's what
I really like to see that fight, man.
That's the biggest fight out there. And
I think he'll dog him come May. If you put it in May, y'all gonna get a massacre.
You know what?
I agree.
I'm like this.
A massacre.
I'm like this, okay? We're gonna be calling if that fight goes down. I'm gonna stick with the Lions on that one. We're gonna be calling it Cinco de Charlo.
I like that.
Cinco de Charlo gonna be the new name of the holiday.
I don't think that man can beat him.
No, I'm kind of with D. I
don't think
they want to fight him in no May, man.
They don't
might want to hold off on that.
You know what? I think what we need to do is there needs to be a lot of attention on the judges and how they score in that fight. And we need to maybe we need to have an RBK coalition or something and sign a petition and get some attorneys and just go class action on them bad boys.
You know what, man? They should get regular guys like us and let us come to the ring, man. Fly us out, man.
Yeah, and let us score the fight. You know, we might even do that live or something, man. Yeah. Just be on YouTube live watching it and scoring that fight so we can just watch them cheat in real time.
Right.
You know, man, I'm gonna go out the box and tell you that fight ain't going the distance. I don't think it's gonna go the distance.
I don't think the Charlos can take pressure, man. I don't think they do well under pressure.
I don't think it's going the distance, Carlito. I hate to say it.
You know what I heard? Let me see what y'all think about this. Okay, now think about how the Charlos, the whole career, we have one example of them being in the fire. And it's Jamel. He got caught by Castano. He couldn't believe he got caught too. When he got caught on the rope. He couldn't believe it. He was just like, he totally freaked out. But look at the history that they have when they are in the fight. Them boys step it up a notch, and the intensity does not freak them out. If you think about both of them, both twins, when they have been in the exchange, they are cool but focused, and they come up with some. I mean, they concentrating. The timing, all of that is there. J-Rock, look at how J-Rock got hit, man. If you think about, there's a brother from Dallas that he was fighting. His last name might be Dallas or something like that.
I think I know you're talking about. He's from Texas, right?
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Yeah.
And he was boxing okay, but all of a sudden they got in the exchange, and Jamel pivoted off the side rope and caught that boy and dropped him.
Well, you gotta look at Tony Harrison, man. If J-Rock had Tony Harrison's boxing IQ, it could have been a different fight, man.
But Tony got caught too in the fire.
Yeah, he did.
And he was out ahead on the scorecard. So, let's give Tony some props. Tony, you was out ahead, bro.
No, even Lubin. He threw the wrong shot. So
see, that's what I mean.
We won't know what would have happened.
So y'all think Canelo stops Jamal Charlo?
It's only one of them though, Carlito. See that fight ain't gonna go that way. It's not gonna be a firefight. That's not what Canelo coming in there to do. It's not gonna be a firefight. It's not gonna be like Tony Harrison or any of those guys where they coming in there and they straight up engaging you. That's not how Canelo fights you. Eventually, Charlo's back gonna hit the ropes.
Yep.
I guarantee you, it's gonna hit the ropes.
Okay,
that fight gonna come down. That fight gonna come down to boxing IQ. That's what it's gonna come down to. Okay. Who's got the highest boxing IQ between them two?
Between Charlo and Canelo, boxing IQ will be the determining factor.
He should fight Plant.
I believe so.
He should fight Plant. He shouldn't even fight Canelo.
Yeah.
He should fight Plant.
Yes.
And I guarantee you.
I just want to ask y'all, okay,
win by decision.
This is what I think, man. I mean, seriously. I think, okay. And you know what? When we do our show, I know we need to rehearse because we want to validate our points and whatnot. And I don't want the same content bubbling up over and over because then, it's like, okay, what about, the fresh move and the fresh conversation? But this begs to be covered, man. Somebody got to pay attention to this. Those judges, when Canelo stopped Plant in the 11th round, they had scored that fight 9 rounds to 2. Okay. Now, when you compare that moment where the judges have them out front like that,
right?
Look at what Plant vowed he would not do, which is go like Callum and lay on the ropes and let Canelo hit him. I smell a rat, man. I smell a rat. I think old boy might have took a check or something like that and laid on them ropes and let Canelo hit.
He wasn't on the ropes at first.
Because you ain't gonna win the decision. If all of the listen,
he was winning.
He was
winning the fight. He was winning the fight. No question.
Yeah, Clint was winning this fight,
but he got walked down.
Yep. Like, this is what I'm saying, though. He could have ran. He could have did it. Look, these people are professional fighters. They know when they're ahead in the fight.
Right.
They know.
He don't have that in him.
Clint's not gonna run, man.
Yeah, he's not gonna run. He didn't have it in him. He didn't have it in him to run.
He ain't gonna run.
He had something to prove.
Yeah.
I think it's dirty.
And I'm not saying Canelo overall is one of the best fighters in the world. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is he make adjustments, man.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's making an adjustment now. He's trying to get out of that dang Charlo fight. The whole world was losing that fight. He's trying to adjust now to get out.
I don't think he's ducking that guy, man. I think that he's going to beat him conventionally, and when he beats him conventionally, no one's going to talk about Charlo no more. Go straight to better be it. That's what people do all the time. They're not going to talk about Charlo no more. They're going to go straight to who he should fight next. And he's going to beat Charlo. The judges may have him ahead. They may jump the gun again like they did Plant, and they're wrong for that. But I guarantee you he's going to beat Charlo.
Okay, I think this is a career-defining fight. I think Charlo is bringing his A+ game, and I think they've been waiting for Cinnamon so long. If they can get that boy in the ring, it ain't no way they walking out of there losing.
I don't think he want to fight. I don't think Charlo want to fight.
Really?
No, I don't think he want to fight. I think it'd be a lot of conversation. He didn't want the Danny Jacob fight either. I don't think he wants to fight. He don't want the Triple G fight either. I think it's a conversation.
Man, that's crazy.
So he don't look bad.
So you think they're just running him out? The very thing they're telling everybody keep running.
They do it all.
So they just run it all the time. And they don't really want to fight.
They do it all the time in boxing, man.
I really, really deep down, I don't think he wants that fight. I think it's just in conversation. I'm supposed to say this, so I'm going to say it. Because when Danny Jacob came down that hall at the Barclays Center, he was quiet. He was in Brooklyn. He was in Altown. He was quiet. And I was like, why? I really think that Charlo could beat Danny Jacobs. I really do.
I think he beats the hell out of Danny Jacobs. I think if Charlo go after Canelo, goes after him, I think he beats his. I think he does. I think he does.
I think he's gonna get whooped out.
If he takes, because they hold that fight out there because they know you're gonna make a killing. You're gonna have life-changing money. So they put you in a position where you looking, okay, I can get this money and let this kid win, or the judge is gonna have it stacked against me anyway. So if I give them the fight, they're gonna rob me, and I ain't gonna get the money, and I'm gonna still lose the fight. That's the position I think they're putting everybody in.
Well, when they fight Canelo?
Yeah, I think that's the exact formula. The judges are gonna bet against you, so you're not winning this fight no matter what, unless you knock this cat out.
Well, I mean,
knock him out.
You want me to be honest with you? Canelo just don't leave the fight in the hands of the judges.
He does.
I just don't believe it. I think they all taking that. I think Callum dove. I think your boy Sergey Kovalev dove. I don't think any of those fights were real.
You think Saunders dove?
I think Saunders made it look good, but I think Saunders dove too.
So you think Saunders purposely
they make it more. They that's that side money. Bone. It's
you don't want that. I don't want that.
You think Saunders purposely took a broken orbital bone? I don't think so.
Well, no, I'm not saying that he went and I'm gonna let you break my orbital bone. I don't think he did that. I think he got his orbital bone broke, bull jiving around.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they all took.
I think Canelo's just a better fighter than these guys that you're mentioning. I think he's a better fighter.
Everybody can get out ahead of this kid. Look, okay, think about De La Hoya and when he fought Mosley, and he lost to Mosley because he started running.
Yeah.
Right? He thought he had the fight won, and he really didn't have it won, but he thought he did. And he started galloping around. Because see, that's what a fighter does when he thinks he's got like a tough fight, but the decision is on his side. How many times you seen Mayweather just use his ring generalship? He'll get out ahead of you and then just box you. And, you know, they got to score the fight. You know, hopefully they scoring them fairly.
Come on. We know better than that.
Well, yeah. But
we've been watching boxing way too long to even have that
he's a better fighter, man.
Mentality.
I don't.
Better fighter.
If he was a better fighter, people wouldn't be getting out ahead of him the way they do.
And
Suleiman wouldn't be.
If you
looking
do,
the other way
people
on
gonna always hate you
and all this other help, all these
you got to,
franchise
because
belts.
he not only is he whooping these guys out, he's bringing me money. So I gotta pat that man on the back. Like, if I had to have a fight, I would love to have that man in my stable, because he's, like Antonio said, he's not leaving it to the judges, man. These guys be feeling that he hitting your arms and everything and hurting you. Come on.
I just don't believe it, man. I really do not. I have to admit it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You know what?
I don't believe it's a fair fight, man. I think there's some BS all up in there.
With the judges, I'm agree with you. No, I'm gonna always agree with you.
Okay,
yes, I agree.
Right, so the fight is gonna go Canelo's way, period. If he knock you out, okay. If you let him knock you out so it's believable and your check is even a little bigger, man. I think the reason that it's so hard to get
it like that, man. I don't think Charlo got it like that.
Well, I think it's so hard to get Canelo in the ring for those two cats right there is because they wouldn't play ball.
Who's that?
Andrade and Charlo.
That's going to be the most boringest fight.
I'm going to let you knock me out.
Yeah, that's going to be the most boringest fight if he fights Andrade. He's going to duck and dodge and slip punches all night.
And Canelo can't hit him and he'll lose his belt. And this crap will be over with.
I think eventually he walks Andrade down.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he has to chase that man.
I ain't saying in the early parts of the round that Canelo's going to be beating him up. He's going to touch him. He's going to keep touching him. He's going to get closer. He's going to keep touching him. And then finally, he's going to catch up with him.
All right. So what, Kambosos and Gary Russell, who's winning tonight?
No, no. Kambosos and Haney.
I mean, sorry. What did I say? Kambosos and Russell. Masagu and Gary Russell.
Gary got a fight on his hands, but me, honestly, man, I really think that if he punched in between those punches, he's going to get that guy out. I saw that guy's last fight with this Mexican fighter that he did beat.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He looked like he had a stamina problem.
That was my only thing, man. I don't know where the power came from when he knocked that guy out. I don't know where that came from, but the rounds before that, like D was saying, he looked like he was getting tired.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. He was
Gary,
slowing down.
All that laying off got him gassing.
No, I mean, we're talking about Masayo.
Oh, Masayo. You saying Masayo is gassing.
Yeah, he's gassed.
Well, the last fight he did looked like he did for a couple of rounds. And I don't know where the stamina and power came from that last round when he knocked him out. But before that, he looked like he was gassing. I thought he was getting ready to lose the fight.
Yeah, I thought he was going to lose the fight too.
Wow.
And Gary's not that guy. You're not going to get in that ring with Gary and play with him. You're just not. Gary hands is fast.
He probably conditioned too, man. You're gonna have to. Gary Russell Jr. probably ain't gonna tire out. So I don't know. That's why
these guys don't want to get in the ring with him. That's why you don't see Tank. Tank them. They don't want to get in the ring with that dude.
Gary Russell got too many skills.
Yeah, he's just a risk, Carlito. That's it. He's a risk. Mm-hmm. He's definitely a risk. And Leo's my dude. I like Leo Santa Cruz. Hands down, I like Leo Santa Cruz. Leo don't want to mess with that man. That fight should have been.
Yeah, Leo. I like Leo Santa Cruz too, but he a little bit too slow to be fighting Gary Russell.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You don't want to get beat up all night long, man.
Yes, he is. I would love Gary to come to 130.
So, fight predictions. Mr. D. Clagan, you got a decision win or you got a KO stop?
He's gonna beat him by decision. I think he's gonna. I think he made a decision mistake tonight.
Okay, so you got Gary winning by decision.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna stop him, but stop him late. But I'm gonna go with he probably gonna beat him by decision.
Okay, Mr. Norman, Gary Russell versus Magsayo.
I've been looking at these dudes. I think Gary is going to outbox him early in the fight, depending on what kind of game plan they got. Like I said, if I were them, I wouldn't come in the box. Gary Russell ain't fought in almost 2 years. I put as much pressure on him as I can to make him fight the kind of fight that I want. I will tell you this. I think sometime in this fight, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gary's back on the canvas.
So you think Magsayo might drop him?
If he catches him, he's definitely going to drop him. The power advantage is definitely with Magsayo. It's definitely on that side, but I mean, let's see how Gary looks when he comes out. If it's the same Gary of old, then I can see Gary Russell Jr. winning by decision.
Like you said, you can't hurt what you can't hit. So that's what Gary's gonna have to do. Not get hit. Have to move.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you guys. I think Gary is gonna be on his bicycle.
Yeah,
but using his skills to, avoid that power and catch dude, make him look like like an amateur, frustrate him, and probably do that for the life of the fight and get a decision win over.
Yeah, and speed and boxing IQ goes to Gary Russell.
Yeah, I think that's the fight.
Magsayo is pretty accurate. I was looking at that, man, and he does have power, but I don't know. I kind of agree with you. Gary coming to box.
Yeah, Gary's
coming to box.
He has to. I don't think he has a choice. That Magsayo got fire in both hands.
Yeah, he could punch.
That boy got fire in both of them. So